Hello and good morning, everybody. This is Cliff Graves from Train World Boxing. Just a quickie this morning before we go off to our church. So, what is it to becoming optimized? In a sentence, it's a little of everything. It's not just one thing, leaving out all other. So, for example, we have 7 hacks. We did have 10, but I thought, we need to omit the other 3 because they are not necessary. We can talk about them, but they are not actually optimization hacks. In no particular order. The first hack is exercise. The second is nutritional supplementation. The third is adequate sleep and rest. The fourth is faith. The fifth is grounding, electrical grounding. The sixth is blue blockers to block out harmful blue light. And the final 7th is diet. Now, the one on exercise, we can briefly touch on, but we are not going to go into it in explicit details. The one on nutritional supplementation, we can briefly go into, but we are not going to reveal it all because it is part of our strategy. So the remaining 5 we can talk about in depth. But I just want to talk about exercise today. And just briefly say to you that productive, intelligently crafted weight training is where it is at, my friends. And that can apply to a world-class, top-of-the-range, heavyweight boxer, professional boxer. The reason why I mention boxing is because we are Train World Boxing and I know a little bit about the sport. To a newbie, a baby boomer that has just decided enough is enough is enough. I am going to change my modus operandi this year in 2025. I'm going to thrive in 2025. I am not going to have any more of this. I am going to take my health, where appropriate, by the scruff of the neck, and I am going to get better. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a GP. I'm not a surgeon. So I don't know about illnesses and how they need to be recovered. I know that there are some serious diseases and illnesses that will need a lot of attention, medical attention. But I'm talking about if you've been drinking too much alcohol. Nobody's telling you to stop drinking alcohol, but it is to stop drinking too much of the stuff. Now, I am a recovering alcoholic. I know people have said to me, you can never be a recovering alcoholic, or you can be as a reformed drinker. All alcoholics fall off the wagon. I think briefly, you have to just sort of say to yourself, well, look, If I do fall off the wagon, I'll just get back on it again. But with me, it was all or nothing. I couldn't go into a pint and say, well, you can just have one, surely. I couldn't do that. I can't do that. As soon as I have the taste of that lager, I like Kronenberg, I'm off. And I will drink and drink and drink and drink and drink until I literally fall over. So, you know, we're talking about that. We're talking about if you smoke. And yes, I am talking about that funny backy stuff. If you smoke, you have to stop. You've got to stop. And exercise and the correct diet kind of like gets you off to a great start, a fantastic start, a superb start. Because you're replacing the irresponsible living, and let's face it, drinking 10 pints of lager or more, on a night is irresponsible, and it ain't doing you any good. Smoking and puffing away isn't doing you any good, I can tell you that. Eating all the wrong foods, diet is another thing that we cover. It isn't doing you any good. It isn't doing you any good. And you might be, two fingers to it. You only live once, Cliff Boy. I've had this before. Mate, you could get run over walking across the road. Well, that is very, very true. Sadly, that risk element is there for everybody. Accidents, tragedies. But you might have granddaughters, grandsons, sons, daughters that actually care about you. So whether you don't care about yourself and you're giving the middle finger to all and sundry, they might care about you. There's somebody out there that cares about you. So it really is being brave. And when you think, because I follow the boxing, you think of somebody like Tyson Fury. If you've not heard his story, when he ballooned up, I think, to 30 stone. And at one point he just said, enough. I can't continue with this, enough. And did contemplate suicide. But he didn't. And it took guts, bottle, determination for him to get back to then go and win the world title. What a man. What a absolute role model for all people that have some form of addiction which is destructing their lives. And let's face it, excessive alcohol will. It will. If it don't get your liver first, it will create obesity. It will create fatty tissue around the organs. It could bring on diabetes type 2. The smoking speaks for itself, doesn't it? So we want to work alongside really committed people that want to be shown our way of how Train World Boxing do things. And like I say, we can reveal some of it, but we're not going to reveal the main golden nuggets. I thank you for the people that have responded via our contacts form. I'll put the link down below for you. And I thank you very, very much for that. But we just ain't going to do it, folks. Don't try and wheedle it out of me, because you won't get it. until you become part of the Train Well Boxing group. You will have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, a confidentiality agreement, which says you keep it between your group and the people that become involved in your group. They must go through the same process. So we keep it, we shield it, our game plan, away from copycats that think that they can just swoon in and take it from us, and they won't. And this is why I say to you, we're looking for 12 frontline key star workers. We've already had some applications via our contacts form. And I'll say again, I'll put the link below. And without revealing any more, that's all I'm going to say, okay, on the exercise and the nutritional supplementation side. Tomorrow we'll go more deeply into sleep. Next day, faith, grounding, blue blockers, diet. Okay, so thank you for listening. Have a great Sunday. Keep safe.